Start recording. Okay. Everyone ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. So, you all... Actually, who wants to do the recap? I forgot.
I think James should do it because he's like the guy that's leading all of us. So
Okay, so last time on Miracles, there was the start,
Mhm.
and there was like everybody had a little thing that they were doing at the start. Everybody was at the start, and then we got together. And then when we got together, we were like, it was like, hey guys, so you gotta do the training now. And you've gotta solve the cube. You gotta get the cube and you gotta solve the cube. And then it was like, good luck. And then we went into the room, and it was a big room. And there were like puppet guys, and they were gonna kill us. And there was the big one, there was the main one, but there was something under its hat, and then under its hat was the cube, and then the cube, we got the cube, and then we solved the cube, and then we won.
Woo!
And then after we won, we left the room, and then they were like, good job, you did it, let's go have a party now. And that's it.
Okay. Good job.
Yeah.
So, you all sit in the infirmary. You have been patched up, along with a few others. You see, like, both, like, decorated agents and what you can assume are, like, the other teams. Other hosts sit in different alcoves as the director goes to each of the other teams in turn, essentially telling them the same information, that there's a party at the Catfish. It's not right after, it's at about 6 p.m., which is 5 hours from now, where badges will be given out signifying you as members of the IBMM, and that all the hosts are welcome to either go home with Agent Jones, or if they'd prefer to stay and get to know the Bureau and its facets, or work other jobs here should they have them. So if you're looking to get some practice with your team in, and just get to know each other, there are training halls on the 3rd floor, shooting ranges, arena style combat, obstacle courses, that sort of stuff. As we run into the next scene, which is going to be with Lake, who Director Aziz motions to follow as she's leaving to go to her office. The hosts think of your character would stay or go, and what they're doing for the next few hours before dinner, and if they go or not. Like, Director Aziz leads you down back to her office, and invites you in, closes the door, sits down across from you at her office. Says, wonderful job, like, You managed yourself well out there. How did it feel?
Thank you. What are you looking for exactly?
How comfortable you are in the leadership position?
I think I can manage this team well based off this first encounter.
Good. You're now on call as well as your team. I'll
Right.
let you know when your first mission will be. I'd recommend setting some sort of training regiment for them so you can get used to each other in combat, although I'll leave that to your discretion. I think you're going to be a wonderful asset to the Bureau.
How often should I expect that we will be called into work?
Expect days between major missions. Usually about a week or a week and a half, sometimes more, between major missions that require you to go outside the city.
All right. Training regimen for hosts. Do I?
Do you know exactly why I chose you for this position? Have I told you?
I assumed because I was so very capable. Kind of gives an awkward sort of smile.
I didn't hire you because I think you would be the strongest or the most obedient. And she says that word with like a drop of malice or something with it. And she says, I hired you for this position because of your curiosity. I hired you because you know to look for the right thing. And you have a penchant to learn more. Don't prove me wrong.
I will do my best.
Your first mission, what you're here for, is to kill gods and protect people, first and foremost. She says this with that same edge in your voice, and you recognize it as a lie. She does not believe that statement. She goes on to say your coworkers are tools, but the better you know your tools, the better you can work with them. I expect you to get to know them as you would any coworker.
Right.
And that is all.
Okay. I assume I'll see you at the after party?
Yes, I will be there.
He nods and he turns and gives a small wave as he exits the room.
As you open the door, you see June Walker is standing at the in the hallway. You kind of just from your intuition know that she might have been listening in on the conversation, but she is standing there. She's the only other person holding up the somber atmosphere with cheer in this building other than you. And she looks at you and she goes, Lake, it's nice to see you. Sorry. She does this a lot. Good job on your certification exam. I guess we're
Thank you.
both moving up.
It's about time, I think.
Yeah, you can say that again. I remember when we were both first rookies here. It's been a long few years.
He nods
looks-
kind of slowly.
She looks impatient as she like sidesteps you and walks into the threshold of the director's office and says, "Anyway, I gotta go see the director. Important schedules to iron out and get opinions on, stuff like that. You know that this is a lie. We should get coffee sometime soon, though.
Right.
All right, I'll see you later. Shit. Bye." And
Good luck.
you're left standing out in the hall. Back in the infirmary, does anybody have an idea of what they do?
What is
For the next
in the building, generally speaking?
There are the training grounds, as she mentioned. There's a cafeteria. There are the logistics department where Richard works. There is just a bunch of like office buildings and stuff. Those are the main places.
Is there anything stopping me from just walking around?
No.
Then I'm just walking around.
Okay. You walk from level to level. There seems to be a few levels to this building, each like coded with a specific department. There's like research and training, and there's like paperwork and paper pushing offices and stuff. Each of these is a different like level, and I think you're just like walking around.
Yeah, he's just
And-
walking around.
I think someone I think someone comes up to you. You notice that someone's actually just like walking around like with you, just like a few steps behind you. They seem to be
He's walking around with a glare on his face.
They seem to be like androgynous man with like shock white hair and giant red sunglasses. Or like almost not quite aviators. They're kind of too see-through to be aviators, but like giant red glasses. And he's just
Is
like
there, go on.
he's just kind of walking behind you and taking in like the offices and stuff.
Can I roll for empathy?
Sure.
Yeah, back on this shit. 1D, not 1D29. Whoa.
Yeah, you know that this is a host. You see little not quite horns. They look almost like antennas coming out of his hair. And behind his glasses, you can steal a glance and you can see that their eyes are fractured like a fly's or something.
He walks a little bit faster.
Yeah, if you don't do anything to approach them, they're not approaching you. They're just kind of walking.
No, he speeds up.
Okay. This person does not, so you quickly get away from them.
Alright.
And they go about their business.
Here's the 5
What-
hours of walking fast.
You describe something that you see as well.
What
It's
do
something
I
interesting.
see? What floors exist? All of them?
Mm-hmm.
Does this building have a 13th floor?
No.
Damn. Does this building have a roof?
Yeah.
It's accessible?
No.
Damn.
Not by you. If you, like, steal a maintenance key, maybe, but...
Nothing is stopping me from going onto the roof anyways.
This is true.
I'm going to go explore the roof.
Okay. You do know that
Roll to... I do know that.
You do know that you are allowed in the bureau itself. You don't know about the roof, but...
Does that not count as part of the bureau?
I mean, it's technically outside, but...
I'm gonna poke my head outside.
Okay.
Fucking roll for... No!
Okay. I think you do. You poke your head out of the roof. You get the salty sea air on the flat kind of rectangular cement blowing in from the old port, and then you hear a voice from behind you. Go. And what are we doing here?
He pulls his head back into the building and turns around. Who do I see?
You see an older woman with like a bright shock of kind of grayish white hair. Like you can tell that it's been aged. It's not like dyed or anything.
And does this person have an epithet?
Okay. Sadly, that wasn't using your epithet, so you don't get a proficiency.
Yeah,
but
this is just a roll.
yeah. You do know that this person is a pact maker. And you can see the hollowed out look in her eyes, and the fact that like snaking around her collarbone is what looks like a some sort of, with that check, you can see that you see some sort of like tattoo or scarring of a lightning like strike, kind of. And,
He nods at her.
They look at you and go, I don't think you're supposed to be out there.
I wasn't out there.
She looks at you, like, studies you for a second.
Crosses his arm.
And she goes, this is correct. You weren't out there. My mistake. But should you go out there, you would not be allowed out there.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Very good work out there, April.
What?
Very good work out there.
You just said I'm not allowed to be out there.
In the training.
Who are you?
I'm Director Beaumont. I am the head of the New England division.
I see. Well then, enjoy your stay on the roof, Director. He nods at her and starts walking out of the roof place quickly.
Yeah, you make your way out. She kind of
Very
like
fast.
chuckles to herself. And watches you go before lighting up a cigarette. What do other people do during this time?
Can I go back to work?
Yes, you can go back to work.
I'll head down to the accounting section.
Yeah, you head down to the logistics floor, down to the accounting section, and you sit down at your other job, although it's kind of like on a back burner right now. It's kind of like a do what you want when you can stage. But yeah, you start typing away and doing whatever accountants do. Eventually you see you hear actually a bright voice say, "Coffee!" And you see Amity, a girl with blonde hair, kind of sharp teeth, and what looks to be like leaves tousled in her hair, who you would know to be the office secretary and also one of the hosts on the other teams. She's been here for basically as long as you have, and she is always like getting coffee for everyone and making sure everyone has what they need and stuff like that.
I'll go get some coffee.
You get some coffee. What's your coffee order? Because she already knows it.
Black coffee.
Black coffee. Somehow her coffee is like richer than others. Like her coffee is just the best that you get in the office. Like when she's out sick and then someone else brings you coffee, it's not the same. But she goes, "Oh, Richard, congrats on passing your exam today.
Well, thank you very much.
You itching to get out from your desk as well?"
I mean, I personally, I don't really mind it. I mean, I love my work, and I'd not be doing anything else outside of this. I just love doing this, and I mean, we've got a great team here. We're doing great work, and if I have to take time off from this job to pursue this other matter, it's a sacrifice I'll just have to consider. But definitely won't forget about all you in here.
Yeah, I can never do what you do all day. It's so important to the bureau. But I gotta stay moving, or I swear I'll grow roots.
I mean, I'm sure anyone could attain this level of success given enough time, but not many are willing to stick it through, and that's what we need here.
Very true. But aren't you scared about what this other job may entail?
I'm not sure I understand what you mean.
Like, here we push papers and we settle accounts and we make sure the bureau runs smoothly, but out there it's like we're out in the field. Aren't you? What do you think we'll face?
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure. But I'm not too worried about it. I'm sure the bureau has taken enough precautions and has put us in good hands. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it, I guess. But the bureau has decided that I, of all people, am ready to partake in this new mission, then of course I wouldn't want to let them down.
Do you think that the bureau is rooting for you?
I mean, I can't see why not. I mean, I'm worked here for a long time now, and I mean, I don't mean to toot my own horn here, but I've done a lot for the Bureau here in this position, and they clearly value that by selecting me here as a part of this next step in my career. And I don't know. I have no doubt that they have my best interest in mind moving forward.
She looks a little skeptical, but relieved nonetheless. As you say this, she goes, "I'll be rooting for you during your first mission, and I hope you get that promotion that you're looking for here. It's gonna be reviews are coming up soon, so
Well,
best of luck."
I appreciate it very much, and best of luck to everyone in here too.
And what's another thing that happens in the office as you are doing your work?
I think. I don't know.
Do you have any coworkers or anything that you like to talk with or anything?
Not really much beyond workplace talk.
I think at one point one of the other office workers like plays a prank on someone else. But that's probably the most exciting your normal job gets.
Yeah, I mean, if that were to happen, I'd look over, see what's going on. If anyone, I don't know, if other people are like laughing and looking around, I'll give a little pity laugh and then get right back to work. But I'm definitely looking at them and being like, come on, get back to work.
Okay. And you spend your time at work? Basalt?
Basalt probably is kind of just staying in the infirmary until someone tells her to leave or until it's time for the party or whatever. I don't think she really wants to this is more interaction with many people than she's had in a while, probably, so
okay.
She probably just hangs out by herself in there.
As you're hanging out in the infirmary, you see some other people who are now patched up leave. You see one girl who is has like a long head of red, like chalk red hair, and like bandages over her arm. Look your way and kind of like walk up to you and goes, "Hey, are you part of one of the teams? Sorry, I don't really know many people here, but
I suppose I am now, yes.
do you want to go look for the training room? I don't want to just wander here by myself, but I'm kind of really bad with directions."
Sure, that's fine.
Thank you. She looks very relieved. You see that her eyes are just like swimming with like reds and yellows and oranges, and her pupils are like small stars. and you both make your way over to the training grounds. I think that you probably pass Averill at one point.
That 2-second eye contact and stare straight back forwards walk.
And you make your way down. He goes, my name is Star, by the way. God, that dude is weird. She says as Averill passes. But you make your way down to the training room. And you see there's like a shooting range off to one side, and this like what looks like an arena style pit in the other with what look to be like dummies for practicing like maneuvers with melee weapons and stuff like that, as well as some more durable targets in the back for more powerful things. She goes, thank you. You can do whatever you want now, but yeah. And she goes, and she actually goes to the shooting range, and you see her hand starts to glow as she holds it up, and she fires what looks like this like ray of light at one of the targets, and just like sets herself up to continue to do that.
Right. Okay. Assault's gonna go back to the medical wing.
Okay.
He's just gonna go back.
Sounds good. And what else happens at the medical wing?
Are there any? There's probably like magazines or something in the medical wing. She reads those.
Okay. Yeah, there's many magazines. There is one that's like what sort of magazines does interests Basalt?
I don't think she cares. I think she just picks one up and starts reading everything on it.
Okay,
like
you find
like even the ads and stuff. She's just absorbing it, I guess.
you find a National Geographic one, which has a bunch of like pictures of animals and stuff. You find a Farmers and Trucks Weekly, which just has a bunch of like pictures of trucks and prices and like farming supplies and prices. You just find a bunch of magazines.
She like nods as she reads everything, like pretending to like understand this. Oh yeah, okay, I see.
Okay. And like, do you do anything with your few hours before the dinner?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. You probably just like hang around the common spaces and the you have like paperwork and stuff to do as well, but you hang around the common spaces and what you have normally hung out in during breaks and stuff during your old job. And I think that you just while away time looking at you while away time like making small talk with the agents that come and go.
Mm-hmm.
And we will shift over to the evening. The dinner, JJ comes and collects all the hosts. The stern woman with like straight black hair, in an impeccable suit, comes and collects all the hosts and brings them over to the Catfish, which is a what looks like an Irish pub that's situated on the water of the old port. It's the blue, like dark blue circle.
I will say, somewhere during this time, he probably got like a sheet of nitrile somewhere.
Where?
Where? This is a good question. Wait, there's a medical department.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely have nitrile gloves down there, right?
Probably.
Then, if he asked, would he get some?
They would ask you what do you need it for?
He lifts up his hands and tugs on the gloves he is already wearing. Replacements.
I
need about 5 pairs.
They go through the proper channels and attempt clear it with their supervisors, who clear it with your supervisor, stuff like that. But you are able to get a sheet of nitrile.
Does it really take that long to get 5 pairs of gloves that you just have sitting in the back like that?
Wait, did you want a sheet or did you want just gloves?
He asked for gloves.
Okay. Then yeah, they would have given you.
Okay, then he didn't say that.
Okay.
Because why would he? Okay, and yeah, I will spend the time turning them into a sheet and wrapping them around the blade.
Where do you do that?
Probably not in the bathroom. What's a place that you can just sit?
There's like a janitor's closet.
It's kind of weird if a host just goes into the janitor's closet, though.
That is not a place I would describe as a place where you could just...
Is there a place where you could just sit in the building?
I mean, there's like break
a
rooms
public-
and stuff.
Yeah, he'll do it in a break room.
You go into the one that Lake is sitting in.
Yeah, he walks into the corner and starts putting gloves on the table and touching them, I suppose. I'm gonna roll again to make this tip. I need to melt them into a square. He will probably have to like make into a square with his hands.
Yeah, you
then
are able to melt them.
And then I will unmelt them. Fuck.
You accidentally like melt the table as you're doing it. And you have to spend some time to undo that.
Okay.
But this is over time, so
But do I get my sheet?
you do get your sheet.
Okay, then he's just gonna wrap it around the blade.
Blake is present for this, yes?
Yeah.
Avril melting the table and then having to
Yeah.
like reform the table. How bad does the table melt?
This is pretty bad.
Like it's a puddle on the floor?
No, it's like you only melt like a part of it so that like a corner of it falls off, but you can't like you like stick it on in a way that you know the next person that like puts any sort of weight on it or like a plate or anything, it's going to fall off.
So yeah, I suppose at some point part of the table slows off during this process and he's bending over and you can hear it like...
Yeah, during this process, Blake would probably be giving you a look. He would like... he would be still like as he was like talking with other people and whatever, he would still be like smiling politely, but as he turns to like what you're doing, his brow furrows a little bit, but he doesn't say anything about it.
He stares back.
And then he would probably like after a while continue talking to whoever else is around.
This like portly young man who is talking to you like looks over and isn't that someone on your team?
Starts wrapping the nitrile sheet around the hilt.
Yes, it does appear to be.
I think the person is just watching Averill do whatever they're doing.
He's getting a sour look on his face. Direct eye contact too.
How long does this last for?
This lasts until the person looks away.
Yeah, I think that they like look back at like and go, are they supposed to be doing that? Is that a thing that
Are they supposed to be melting the table? I
He
somehow
pats the
doubt
corner of the
that.
table and walks out of the room.
it falls off? This person goes and tries to like fit the corner of the table back to the table. But yeah.
It's not the material it once was.
I'll tell somebody the table is gonna need to get fixed or replaced or something.
That would probably be for the best. What did he do to this? He's looking at it. There's like handprints where Averill was like melting stuff and accidentally melted like part of like the top sheet. So it's like all warped and stuff too. But yeah. Does anyone else have any more things that they want to do? Okay.
No.
Then we will move over to the night again and to the Catfish. As I said, it's an Irish pub, but it has kind of a vibe of, because it's in Portland and Portland, Maine is known for its food selection. It has a bunch of different things, and it seems to be like this like catch-all kind of restaurant. And JJ grabs all of the hosts and everyone convenes in front of the dinner walking in. Everyone takes their seats. You see,
We don't have vision.
why don't you have vision? What the?
We
Oh,
see
because-
the darkness.
Hold on.
See, the lights are all off.
It's a surprise.
Yeah, it's a
party.
surprise party.
I can like see my token
I still
highlighted,
can't
but I
see.
can't see.
Hold on.
No.
Oh, it's because I know what it is. Hold on.
I
Do the
shan't hold
tokens
on.
not have vision enabled?
Yeah, the tokens do not have any sort of vision, so I'm just gonna.
Epic.
Oop. You see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, I lied.
Um,
I
You see a lot of people in suits. They all don't look the same, but I did not want to make a bajillion different tokens. There are a lot of different people in suits. You see up at one of the head tables, you see Director Beaumont and Director Aziz, as well as two other people standing or sitting. And over in on the other side of the restaurant, you see Team Ada and Team Theta. Team Ada, you see the blonde-haired girl who Richard would know to be Amity, as well as a girl with like dyed blue short hair and just like a punk rocker vest over their like dress clothes, with like falling off patches and stuff, and just a bunch of like piercings and stuff. You see a girl with kind of like orange-ish hair in a green knit cap who's like laughing with a woman with black hair with feathers braided into it, which you know Lake to be Crow. And then Team Theta sits at another table with the like the silver-haired person with the like bright red sunglasses, as well as a woman who and the woman who introduced herself as Star, the like the fiery redhead, and as well as a woman who looks like she is completely in grayscale, and the leader of Team Theta, June Walker. Lots of names. You don't need to know them all. You don't really care, but they all have tokens if you want to see them. And you have an empty table.
Hey.
Guess we're sitting here.
Yeah.
How do I do it?
Shift.
Yes. That's not quite how I wanted it. Yes. Darla, hold shift. Yes.
Let's go. Okay. I hope you know that I literally knew that would happen when I made this map, and I did not care. Eventually, food is served. What does everyone want? It's an Irish pub, so it has pub food, but it's also like kind of a place where you can get like a staple dish from a lot of different cuisines. So what do people go?
What is their most expensive and cheapest thing?
Their most expensive is their cheapest is definitely the fish and chips. Their most expensive is probably some sort of like some sort of rib entree.
And what is their cheapest and most expensive alcohol?
Their cheapest is a Nathan's gonna hate me, a Miller Lite.
Well, that doesn't mean it's bad. Just saying.
True.
And their most expensive is some like really, well, their most expensive would be a cocktail, some sort of drink, probably with high end like vodka. But
Okay. I'll decide while I'm letting the cat out of my room.
okay. What do other people got?
I'm getting a rare steak and a Guinness.
Okay.
What do I want?
Darla, you are muted. If you did.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Lake to order because he said he would go first.
Ah.
Pub food.
Did you Google pub food?
I should.
It's not good options.
I would also
When you
do
just
Google pub
Google-
food.
Pub food.
They got fish. This is Port Town, right?
Fish. Yeah.
Yeah,
And yeah,
this is
they
a
have fish.
Burger.
Oh wait,
their
you
their
literally told
seafood
me
is
fish
very
too.
very good.
He gets whitefish and salmon with the most expensive and the second most expensive alcohol.
Okay. Yeah, they do have a lot of seafood. They have like shrimp entrees and there are some like shellfish and a lot of just like regular fish entrees.
I'll probably get some shrimp dish, a shrimp thing, some kind of shrimp thing.
Some kind of shrimp thing. Okay.
Some kind of shrimp thing, and I'll also get a Guinness.
Okay.
Do they sell the individual parts of a crab?
They sell the legs?
Yes, that's what I wanted. Also crab leg.
Okay. How many crab legs do you have?
He only asked for 2.
Okay. You get these 2 giant crab legs.
Fuck, they're big. Oh well.
Shit.
Basalt will get a well done steak and fucking. She's not gonna drink. I think she'll just have like sparkling water.
You all enjoy your meal. It is paid for by the Bureau, much to their disappointment with April stuff. But they pay for your food. It is actually really good. This place prides itself on being the place to go to for like government parties and stuff, and so they've pulled out all the stops, and like they make really good food. And about like halfway through the meal, Director Aziz stands and calls everyone to attention. She says, the IBMM's motto, as you all know, is Res Novum, to new things. Today, we celebrate this motto to the fullest, as we welcome a new chapter of history, a new chapter of the Bureau. Today, we celebrate the first god hunting teams comprised mostly of hosts, under the leadership of Agent Savant, Agent Walker, and Agent RL. And it is my honor to bestow upon all of you your Bureau badges, signifying your involvement as a federal employee. And there's some clapping, as some of the suits behind her come and start like handing out badges to each of the teams. They are small metal badges with what looks to be an owl on the front that has its wings open, and yeah, that's the insignia. It says IBM on the bottom. And she also says, this year we are also doing something momentous to celebrate this occasion. For the hosts in this room, these badges are a mark of freedom. You will not need escorts to go anywhere in the city as long as you are employed here. The city limits of Portland are your boundaries, failure to stay within the boundaries without explicit permission will, of course, result in the same termination policies as normal, but you are free to do what you want to do within the confines of the city. Enjoy the party. What were you saying?
Can Basalt, like, inspect the badge? Is there, like, anything on hers, like, that would track her at all?
Roll a d20.
Okay.
You don't see, it seems just to be like a standard issue badge. You don't necessarily see anything that can track you, but you do know that the IBMM has the capability to track you. Like, just normally, the badge might make it easier, but they always had that capability, so. And she ends with, enjoy the party, y'all. We each have our own reasons to celebrate tonight. And here's to many, many more dawns to see. The restaurant is silent after this news. It seems like a lot of the members of the IBMM don't really like this news, but a lot of the hosts seem to be beaming about it, and the other teams.
Looking over the IBMM members, what's the general array of facial expressions?
Worry comes to your mind.
Takes a very long sip.
Roll a d20.
Yes. I love rolling.
Okay. Yeah, I think all you get is just like a mixture of worry.
Mm-hmm. And how are the other people in the team looking about this?
In our team,
Yes.
Lake kind of just has a straight face and is like, his head is tilted down towards his drink right now.
Richard looks neutral. I don't know. Doesn't really appear to change much.
Yeah, Basalt looks kind of confused at the other table's hosts, and that they, like, have stuff to go do, like, outside of work.
He drinks again and stares at Basalt.
She stares back.
Do either of them say anything?
You started staring first. I'm expecting you to start talking first.
Okay, he gives her about 30 seconds.
Okay.
And what are your thoughts on this?
I don't really care. I think it's funny that all the other hosts have, like, stuff to be excited about having this for, but, you know.
It's funny.
I guess, yeah.
It's a bit generous, isn't it?
What, to give us these badges, or?
The walking around the entire city.
Why, would you rather be confined even more?
Ugh.
The standard is to be confined, is it not?
Yes.
Like takes a drink.
It is the standard. Just makes it that much easier for them. Starts eating again.
Easier for who?
IBMM.
Are you implying something here?
Who knows?
Hmm.
You know.
Lake kind of gives a very small chuckle.
I would never say or do anything that would damage the reputation of this great organization.
I'd hope
I'd
so.
hope
not
so.
In this, not in this tavern full of like 18 IBVM members. For sure.
No, of course not.
Mm-hmm. Richard's like goes back to just like eating and taking sips, but he kind of glances up at you every few seconds. He's not gonna say anything, but
He sort of raises an eyebrow after the first 3 times, but keeps eating.
So, Lake says, putting his drink down. What are your stories? Think it's best that we get to know each other since we'll be working with one another for the foreseeable future.
I think I just said I wouldn't say anything that would damage the reputability of this organization.
He nods.
you
Don't have a single word to say that wouldn't be damaging.
I will think about it.
Then he turns to Richard.
Well, as you know, you saw me earlier there today. I work in the accounting department at the bureau. And outside of that, he looks like he pauses for a second and it has to think really hard. Outside of that, I don't get up to that much. But I'm excited to be working with all of you on our mission here. A big step, and yeah, see how it goes. It seems like he was thinking a little more than usual about the question you asked them.
Then he turns to Basalt.
I don't know. What do you mean my story? Like, what do you want?
Anything you're willing to share about yourself?
I don't know. I don't have that much going on.
How
More or
old
less
are
the
you?
same.
How old am I?
Yes.
As like, how long have I been like this?
If that is what will give an answer.
2 years.
Looks at Richard.
Richard.
I've been I mean, I'll be honest. I've been working for the bureau for a few years now, but I don't really remember much from before then. It's all kind of melded together. At this point. He looks like he's not entirely sad to say this. He's just kind of like accepted this at this point.
I don't remember much. I don't remember anything from before those 2 years either.
I've heard similar things from other hosts.
Arvel?
Hmm?
Is Arvel going to share at all, or?
I think I said I wouldn't damage the reputation of this organization.
You think I care?
Takes another
You
drink.
also said that we are in an area full of IBMM agents, and that surely I wouldn't do that in front of them. What is
Fair
your
enough.
apartment number?
What is my apartment number?
Make one up.
Make one up? 89.
Okay.
So the question is, is it a 10? Is it how many rooms per floor?
It's probably 100 rooms per floor. If Bethel's 89, she's on the first floor.
Okay. What floor am I on?
You would probably be in the 100s or 200s then.
Okay. And your story looks at like
Well, I've been a part of the Bureau for about a decade at this point. For most of my career, I was basically an interrogation officer, like, for gods and such. My skills are such that I am good at getting information out of things. And for the most part, that is what I've spent most of my career doing. But, I have been on the field. I used to be a part of a different team that has since dissolved, that used to take down gods. But, now I'm here, I guess.
and how much is your new leashing job paying you?
That's a good question. How much is it?
You're sitting pretty. It's, hold on, I have to do math. It's probably like 125K.
So,
Yeah.
like,
6 figures.
do you think you'd take all 3 of us down if we decided to turn on you?
You're asking if I think I could?
Yes.
He, like, turns toward Richard.
He switches to the
Richard's
other
just-
cocktail.
Richard is just minding his own business.
Surely you must have thought about this before taking this job.
Of
I don't
course
think
I've
they
thought
told
about
him.
this.
I mean, you have nothing to worry about, really. I mean, I trust
Of
the Bureau
course.
has
I mean, it's
assigned
a
us the
hypothetical.
responsible. Yeah, I mean, I for one haven't thought about it, but I mean,
If we did, we'd be killed on sight. But, like,
Obviously,
Mhm.
but
I
if it
wanna
was
know if you
just
think-
the 4 of us, and it was the 3 of you simultaneously trying to kill me, I think I have a decent shot. I'm not
Interesting.
100% confident 3 at once, but of course there are systems in place to make sure that it shouldn't come to this.
Of course, and I mean, I'd never think to do such a thing, but
Right.
if I did, I wouldn't stop till I got the job done. I'll give a little awkward laugh. But this is all just talk, of course.
Right. I've got to get another drink. He's gonna get a refill.
Even if you won, you would lose the second round.
What does this mean?
Just drinks.
What is the second round?
What happens when you break the cage?
What? What does that mean?
Have you never killed a host before?
Have I killed a host before?
You've definitely seen one be killed at least.
Okay.
But most of them are captured non-lethally and brought in because they are easier to contain when they are hosts. You did know that when the one that was killed, the divinity escaped from them, and they were.
So
a
the
god
god
once
is
more.
released?
Yeah.
Is this a statement on the power of your god or the three of you collectively?
It depends on the god. He looks at the other two.
Either way, I am confident that I would be able to take at least two of you out without having you revert to divinity.
Well, let's just hope that never has to happen.
Right.
He'll, like, raise his drink glass and then take a sip.
I would hope none of you would let that happen.
Hmm.
That is part of our goal.
If you think so.
Is it not better for the Bureau if you're to remain in the form that you are currently?
Better for the Bureau. Does that mean it's better for the person?
The person?
The deity.
I'm not sure how what's good for the deity factors into this conversation.
That makes sense.
His brow furrows a little bit.
He says nothing more.
Does anybody say anything else?
I assume the three of you don't have very tight schedules given that you're kept on a leash, more or less.
Well, not anymore.
Well,
At least not as
it's
much.
just that the leash is looser.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of work, yeah, not really.
I am so busy in my house all the time.
Yeah, I'm sure. So, I was thinking that since we're new to functioning as a team, it would be best if we keep up a daily training regimen. If we meet at the Bureau's training area every day. The time doesn't matter particularly to me, so this would be more so based off Richard's schedule, I would assume.
Hmm. Yeah, I start work every day at 5 a.m. So
Right, and
Yes,
when
can-
do you clock out?
usually around 5 p.m.
Okay. Around 5 p.m.
5 to
should work.
5.
Yeah, it's pays pretty well.
All right. 5 p.m. every day we should train.
Until
Sounds good to me.
Until until we see how our first mission goes, depending on if we are overwhelmingly successful, we might be able to change it to every other day, something like that.
I meant from 5 p.m. until we stop at what time?
Hmm. I'd
Because
say
I
at
am
least
so
an
busy
hour.
at home.
So till 6.
Works for me.
All right.
And why have they put together this experimental team?
I'm not the one to ask.
But do you have the answer? What is your name? What are
My
all
name
of
is
your
Lake.
names?
Did I neglect to share this information previously?
Yes. He looks at the other two.
Maybe I only told it to Richard.
Yeah, I thought I introduced myself to you as well, and definitely did to Lake. But yeah, my name's Richard.
He looks at Basalt.
We talked in front of my apartment. Your name
I
is
did not get-
Ravil.
Avril, I did not get your name.
She said it to my face, the person we were with.
He he pinches his fingers to his nose. What is it again?
Assault. A normal name, unlike yours. Arvil.
Avril.
Avril. Sorry, my pronunciation is off.
That is how it
No,
is
that's not
spelled, not pronounced.
Pronunciation.
That's what you said your name was when I asked.
I told you to pick a pronunciation.
What?
I told you to pick a pronunciation
You
based
said
on
your name
how
was
it is spelled.
RVI.
You asked.
I
You
asked for
asked
your name.
for my name. I spelled it for you.
You
And
didn't
then
say you
told you.
spelled it. You
I
just
told
said
you.
that.
I told you that was how it was spelled, and then I told you to pick a pronunciation.
Like gets another drink.
I'll wave to the waiter as they walk by as well.
Yeah, they
Why
bring you
would you
another
just
tall
tell me-
Guinness.
Why wouldn't you just
Thank
tell me your name?
Do pronunciations need to have such a rigid structure? Just pick one.
Why didn't you pick it for me? You're introducing yourself to me. You could pick anything.
Because if I pick the name, I just didn't feel like it. So you pick.
Oh, it's my responsibility to have your pronunciation, huh?
Yes. Quite right.
While they're arguing, I'm gonna stand up and walk over here
Okay.
to Lake and be like, "Hey, in case this doesn't work out, is there any kind of like backup plan if not everyone gets along?" I mean, I'm fine with the rest of them, but
I'm. If this doesn't work out with this team, the best I can do is put in a word with the director and see what we can do from there. But I think it
Wonderful.
is my job in part to iron out these wrinkles. So
You know, I've decided, he takes a sip, You may call me Averil.
Okay, there we go. Why didn't you just answer me directly when we started? I looked at you and asked and waited for your name, and you didn't answer me.
I did answer you.
You took a sec for sure.
I just answered you right now, and I answered you at your front door, although you didn't like my initial reply. This is your new one, Averil.
Okay, Averil, thank you.
Yes.
She crosses her arms and looks towards the fountain.
You notice that the 5 tables that are around you are now looking at you. Just like really quick glances, but
This is a private conversation. Don't eavesdrop.
They all turn away.
Good, that's better.
And what title are you going by? Looks at Lake.
What title?
Am I to address you with formalities or call you by your last name or your first, which I still do not know your last?
Yeah, boss.
My last name is Orel. And I'm not one to care about formalities.
Do you have one, anyways?
Would I have one? What would the title for the commanding position of a team be?
Aziz just calls you Agent Urel. There would probably be... No, you're right. There would probably be some sort of, title. I don't know. What do you think it would be?
I don't know.
What, team captain? Like captain?
Captain. I like Captain.
Maybe
Captain Urel.
Alright.
Chef.
If you need to refer to me by title, it would be Captain.
He ponders.
What, this is a ship? Like this is a boat?
Our team
It is a
our
port
little
town.
boat. Yes.
Well then, good luck, Captain.
Thank you.
And what will you be calling me? Looks at Lake.
Avril.
He nods.
Unless there is something else I should be calling you.
It was that easy. He looks at Basalt.
I asked you that, and you said A.
Okay.
What did you? What the fuck? How do you fucking spell it?
I would appreciate
AVRIL.
if we didn't make such a scene in the middle of this place.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't spell out my name to you. When
It
I
is
first
their
met
fault
you.
for putting so many hosts together in one group. It is not my fault that they would do this and expect them not to fight.
You're going to have to get used to it at some point.
I
Will
think
I?
you're the one who has to get used to it, bucko. And,
If you don't, there
they
will
will
be
take them.
consequences, and I will make sure of that.
He shuts up.
He nods. So,
Captain.
how about dessert? Any of you feeling like having anything?
No. Actually, this
Don't.
is on the company credit card.
Every table
Yeah,
gets
we're not paying for anything, so.
around this
It is
time.
on the
Every
company
table
credit card.
gets a platter of cake, and everyone gets spoons. But your table only gets 3 spoons.
Who do they not give a spoon to?
They just put the spoons in the middle of the table with the cake. So
Why did they do that?
they just forgot a spoon.
He stares at the 3 spoons.
If you guys are hungry, go ahead. I don't mind.
Saul goes up to get another spoon.
You're able to get
Wonderful.
another spoon. It's just
Good.
unfortunate timing.
Good. He takes one of the spoons while she's gone.
Okay, she comes back with a fourth spoon.
Let's go.
Wow.
But yeah, there's cake. You can also order whatever you want, but there was a big cake that was cut up and divided for people.
Blake's gonna get some ice cream to go with the cake.
Do it. What type of ice cream?
Just vanilla.
What kind of
There's
cake
another-
is it?
Chocolate.
Is it what temperature is it?
Normal.
Room temperature chocolate cake.
Standard.
Can I make it cold?
Sure.
Okay.
Can Basalt make
love-
it hot?
I love blowing through my fucking shit.
Yes, basalt can make it hot.
That's my role for making it cold.
Perfect. Yeah, you make it so cold.
Wow.
Maybe a little too
While we're
cold.
here, I guess now would be as good a time as any, unless, of course, this is something you would rather not share in an environment with other people around. But I would like to know the specifics of each of your abilities. What are your specialties, and what are you capable of? I've been given a brief rundown of some of your more outstanding features, but to get a more in-depth description from the source would be appreciated.
And what are the consequences of not telling you?
If you don't tell me, we will function more poorly as a team. That is the consequence.
I'd like to know what information you already have on all of us.
Okay. I'm gonna grab this for a second. Give me a second. I've been told. Well, Basalt, I've been told, of course, of your ability to light your chains on fire and create explosions and stuff like that. I've been told, Richard, of your ability to dismember yourself and control individual body parts that are disconnected from your body.
It's disgusting.
If it gets the job done, it gets it done.
Like knots.
Not that
And-
that is a bad thing.
Avril, I have been told that you deal with physical states of matter.
He looks slightly impressed to the other two who can see.
Additionally, I have been told that you are resistant to the easiest way to take care of hosts, as it were.
And that way is...
You don't need to know that.
I would like to.
And what will happen if I don't tell you?
I'll be less incentivized to put up with you. Forgive me, Captain, to behave.
Unfortunately, your current state of employment requires that you work underneath me and obey my commands.
This is true.
So, I'm not going to tell you.
Eats food.
Anyway, if there's anything I should know about any of you that wasn't covered by the brief descriptions I was given, it would be appreciated. Or, if you prefer, we can go over this tomorrow during training.
I guess we'll Wait until training.
All right.
Not sure this place is particularly the best location to air this, but I mean,
Fair enough.
best to see it in action.
It is very unlikely that I will cause any problems for you with any of my abilities, he says slightly loudly.
This is not my intention in asking.
But it is good to know.
I suppose.
An effort will be made, as has always been made, not for them to be an issue to you.
That is
Raises his voice
wonderful
again
to
at the
hear.
loud parts. But the specifics can be gone over tomorrow if that is what everybody else agrees on.
It
I mean, you
seems
kind of already
that.
got everything down for me, so I don't really need to say anything.
All right. Well, then we'll go over the basics with the two of you tomorrow, gesturing towards Avril and Richard.
All right, sounds good. See everyone there, I guess.
And Avril, I'd appreciate
Yes.
it if you could wait around for me at the end of the party today. There's something I'd like to talk to you about.
Yes, Captain. Fuck, I was muted. Yes, Captain.
You weren't muted.
Oh, shit. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
And Lake would finish eating his cake and ice cream also.
People started to trickle out as dessert has been being hosted. Until there's not many people left in the tavern.
Okay,
This doesn't-
Basalt?
Alright.
Basalt is gonna look around the table. Does anyone seem like too drunk to get home by themselves? She has
Definitely
been-
not.
She has not been drinking, so she just wants to make sure.
Richard
He
seems
looks-
fine.
Completely sober.
Lake has been drinking kind of a lot, but he seems alright.
Mhm.
Avril had the two really expensive things, and he's fine.
Okay.
Does anyone have leftovers?
No.
Lake probably does not.
I don't think so.
You can order some.
Leftovers.
It is on the bureau's credit card or whatever.
You just order another entree to go.
Should.
This is true.
Oh, can I get some
Fuck me,
onion rings in a
Oliver.
box?
They bring you onion rings.
Oh, I was just saying that, but sure, Basalt will take them.
Do they sell their ingredients? He's
We
gonna
have
call.
to-
He's
we
gonna
have
call
to do
someone over
that.
to the table. He's gonna,
Yes, what would you
May I have a
Like-
raw crab?
no.
Sure we could fi-
Just
I'm sure we could
uncooked from your
find one.
freezer.
I mean, hold on, and she has to
You
go.
may charge me for the dish that it would be made for. Just give me the crab.
She goes, she talks with the supervisor. That supervisor looks at you weirdly, looks at your whole table weirdly. She comes back and she says, "We would have to charge you for the crab salad, but and you would just get the deconstructed crab salad.
Yes, give me the crab.
Okay. And you get a crab.
Hell yeah! He takes a refrigerator meat Ziploc bag out of his pocket and puts it in the Ziploc bag and puts it back under his coat.
Add crab to your inventory.
Fuck
Let's
yeah!
go.
Actually, I'm gonna assess this crab. Does this crab look any better than a crab you could buy at the grocery store?
No, it looks worse.
Okay.
Nice.
Can you eat it during battle to
Wait,
restore
I'm not.
negative
I'm not
stamina?
putting that in my weapon. Rock. Yeah. Can I?
What?
Can you eat it during battle to restore -2 stamina?
Sure.
Let's
To
go.
decrease stamina.
Maybe eaten in battle to decrease
This will
stamina
be
by 2 points. Check this fucking item, guys.
Raw crab.
Yo.
Yo. And then I have to make sure that stream can see that.
Do you think you could force feed that to someone?
Probably.
Probably.
I
Gives you
could
the
force
poison
feed
condition.
someone. I could force feed someone a raw crab with ease.
New tier list. How easily could they force feed someone a raw crab?
SSS, triple plus.
Yeah.
Well, you got a crab.
Yup. He looks happy about this. For about 3 seconds.
I'm sure we could have found a crab by the water if you really wanted one that badly.
This is a restaurant grade crab. And
I
worse than what you
suppose.
find in a supermarket, apparently.
Yeah. Wow.
Seems like the party is wrapping up. There are just like a few people left. The directors are still up there, but most other people have left.
He folds
Right,
his
let's-
hands over his lap real polite style.
Basalt is going to get up and leave. She's going to say goodnight, but she's going to go.
Okay.
Yeah, Richard is gonna go as well.
Have a good night.
Bye bye.
All right. We can step outside. Like says, and then just walks out onto the sidewalk. And as you guys walk out, he's gonna take out his pack of cigarettes and light one. He's just gonna take a second. So, the other two on this team, their abilities seem to be more suited towards offense. It seems like, at least just based off the brief training exercise that we were a part of, it seems that they were exceptional at dispatching the enemies. Well, you, with that maneuver that you failed to properly warn me about, did appear
I told
to
you
have...
to hold your breath.
Right.
There isn't much time
Regardless.
to speak on the battlefield, Captain.
Right. Your abilities seem to be suited, or at least in some ways suitable to defensive maneuvers. And as you can probably tell, from our first encounter. I am
Looks him
not.
up and down.
I am not the best person to be on the front lines, exactly. My specialty is not dealing damage, aside from, of course, one ability that I can use.
Disintegrating 30 plus beings at once, yes. Not offensive at all, sir.
Right.
Crosses his arms.
These, of course, were weaker enemies. That ability that I can use is not a simple button that I can press to instantly destroy all of the people surrounding me. That's not exactly how it works.
That is a relief to hear, sir.
How so?
It just is. He's going
Okay.
to start peeling the nitrile sheet off of his blade.
So I am expecting you on the field to keep me out of harm's way.
And if I fail to do so,
If you fail to do so, presumably I would no longer be the captain of your team. And who's to say what would happen to the three of you if your captain is removed from the picture?
so you do understand the situation. And you lied earlier at the table.
I lied?
Sir, you said you are not the person to ask.
Correct. And to be clear, no, I don't exactly know what would happen to the group of you, but given that you are all hosts and all have been selected for this experimental project in which you are given much freer reign than hosts are typically given within this field of work, I think it is safe to assume that if you were to effectively fail at your job, there would be some form of consequence.
He kind of like, is this a post?
Yeah.
He kind
Looks
of
like
leans
like a street light, right?
leans back against the post and just looks forlornly out into the city
Yeah.
He
it's pretty
takes
lit.
another smoke.
like a Victorian child that's never gotten to be outside.
And another thing I wanted to talk to you about. You seem to be keen on starting things.
Quite the opposite, sir.
Explain.
I did say I wouldn't say anything that would damage the reputation of this organization earlier, and I also mentioned that it would be good if people behaved, did I not?
Would you say that your demeanor today was not aggressive?
I am always on my best behavior, sir.
Then your best behavior is going to have to improve.
Alternatively, sir, your outlook needs to change. I am much more reasonable than I have to be, given my position.
As things are based off today, I don't exactly trust that you won't be causing issues, interpersonal issues, in this group. And I don't think that is an unfair thing to assume.
It would not have been an issue if Basalt did not just pick a pronunciation earlier when prompted with one.
Right.
I have done nothing wrong, sir.
Okay. If that's the way you see things.
Yes, it is.
I would just appreciate if you could refrain from making a scene out of such insignificant things going forward.
A scene.
Is this incorrect?
Is standing one's ground making a scene?
Well, the issue, I believe, is that
I was demanding passive respect from another co-worker. A host, even. Although I shouldn't expect respect from another god, I suppose.
I don't exactly know the typical behaviors between two hosts, as I haven't had to be a part of a group with multiple hosts before. So I can't say whether or not this behavior was to be expected. However, I can say that this behavior is not something that is appreciated particularly.
No, it is not, and of course I won't try to do anything, but just so you are aware. If someone attempts to encroach on territory or food, this is not my fault.
On territory or food?
His tail twitches.
I see. Well, I'm not going to reprimand you any further tonight. Just keep in mind what I've said, I suppose.
There is not that much to keep in mind, sir. As we are in
Well-
agreement on everything that was said, I believe. As I have continuously been stating this entire time, sir.
Alright. Well, hopefully we won't have to have a similar conversation like this again, but we'll see. Anyway, it's getting late. I'll see you tomorrow during training.
Yes.
Alright.
He does not make a move to leave.
He, takes one more puff of cigarette before dropping it on the ground and just, like, stamping it out with his foot. And, then he's just gonna head to, I guess, the bus stop.
Okay. It's close enough to walk to, but yeah, you can head to a bus stop. They're still running this late at night.
Alright.
Watches him
Admiral do?
leave. He watches him leave.
He stuffs his hands in his pockets as he walks down the sidewalk.
He's going to very slowly start following him and see if any changes occur in Lake's behavior. He's going to walk purposefully just loud enough that you can hear it, but quietly enough it sounds like he is sneaking. But any outsider would see the body language is like completely normal. He's just like making a particular noise on purpose. About 30 feet behind.
Once he reached the bus stop, he would definitely turn towards the source of the just loud enough to hear sound.
He stops moving.
What are you doing?
Nothing, sir. My job as a guard, escorting my good captain home, sir. From a comfortable distance.
I was intending more so on the job, but
He continues standing there.
he doesn't tell him to leave, he just waits for the bus.
The bus comes.
He gets on the bus.
He gets on the bus.
Alright.
Alright.
Well, Lake is headed back to his apartment.
You go back to your apartment. The little kid with the and the mother are back on the bus, and
Oh, no.
Not with him here.
the little kid waves.
As he
and
gets on the
points.
bus, you see his demeanor immediately change to be like 30% more positive.
He's got a pretty neutral face.
Actually, you see both of them on the bus, but the little kid looks like she's like falling asleep on the mother,
Okay.
and the mother waves at you.
He waves back.
He does not wave back.
And you make it to your apartment.
Alright, gets off.
Gets off.
Alfred?
And he starts heading to his apartment.
30 feet behind.
Okay, you get to your apartment.
He's gonna open the door.
Hold on, this is important. Does Amro take the same elevator as Lake, or does does he wait for a new elevator, or does he take like another one so that he meets him at the same time?
Does he take the stairs and run?
Well, he wouldn't know what floor he's going on if he didn't get on the same elevator with him, so...
That's
This
true.
is true.
So he gets on the same elevator with him.
He could run up the
Alright.
stairs and check every elevator.
Nah. He's too lazy
This-
for that shit.
Well, this implies that Lake is on a floor that is not the first floor.
Yeah, like what floor are you on?
Third.
Cool. Yeah, you get to your apartment door.
Alright, I open it.
Okay.
What's immediately visible inside the apartment from just looking through the door?
I don't know, how's the apartment laid out?
All the lights are off, probably.
This is one of the apartments at the bureau. Like, bureau something bureau apartment.
Wait, is it the same apartment then?
Is it?
It's the same apartment complex, yeah.
Oh shit, he was gonna have to go home anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Lake is on the third floor of the same apartment complex.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, I would assume it's the same, like, layout of whatever you've got going on at your place. But, it is very, very, very neatly kept. Like, very.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that Avros has a bit of a bigger kitchen versus yours, Lake, but like yours has like a porch, like a balcony.
Alright. And he steps inside and he kind of like turns to Avril.
Completely stiff body language, no movement.
What's your plan? What are you doing?
Escorting you home, am I not?
I suppose. Are you going to be heading to your apartment?
It is downstairs.
Okay.
And no, I am not.
Then what are you planning on doing?
There's nothing to worry about with my plans. He's going
This is
to
not an answer.
turn to leave.
Okay.
No one stops you.
I'm gonna use something.
Okay.
What word should I use? I want to use encyclopedia to do this.
Okay. Avril, where are you going, and what are you gonna do right now?
It would appear he is going into the town to find weird people to watch and follow around from a comfortable distance, and maybe he will stop by the hospital and sit in the intensive care unit to see who comes in for a while before he goes back to his room.
Yes, you get that.
Okay. None of my business.
Is this your new activity now that you have free reign of the city? You just go to the intensive care unit and watch people?
Stalk people.
Lake's just gonna sit on the little balcony for a while. Probably until very late.
Okay. Richard, and Basalt, you also both arrive at the same apartment complex. You all live in the same apartment complex.
Let's go.
Neighbors. So much potential for later.
So, Basalt, you live on the first floor. And we know Lake lives on the third floor. I'm gonna say that Richard and Avril live on the first and second. They're like the 100 and 200 floors.
Yeah.
So you can decide among yourselves. who
Second
lives on the-
floor.
Okay. And do you both do anything with your time before you
You know
go?
what he's doing. Oh, not me.
Not you.
My
You're being all
Um,
creepy.
Mm,
What's your night routine look like?
hmm. Probably, just like sitting in the living room, just kind of like staring, not really doing much. Just having, like a little glass of wine, perhaps, that seems like there might be something else mixed in with it. Perhaps of the same color, but just drinking some wine and looking at paintings on the wall.
Cool.
Seems not too exciting. And also like he has a TV, but it might not be, doesn't look like it's particularly used. Maybe not even plugged in.
What sort of art do you have on your walls?
For like a mix of like kind of abstract art that's very like paint splattery looking, like mostly red and black colors, and also I don't know the person who made them, but you know those paintings of like the Roman Empire collapsing and it's like an apocalypse, like those, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. But all the furniture is like very gray and plain, and everything seems to be pretty clean, but it seems a little empty. It's like it doesn't feel very lived in here.
Basalt, what's your night routine look like?
Well, she puts the onion rings in the fridge, immediately, and she hangs up her coat on the hanger by the door. I guess she changes into pajamas and she sets out an identical set of clothes that she was wearing today for tomorrow.
What do the pajamas
she
look like?
Pajamas, it is like a gray t-shirt and like black shorts. I don't know. It is not
Nice.
anything interesting. And then she turns on the radio to the news station until she falls asleep.
Okay. And I do not want to roleplay Avril's interactions
Don't
with
worry about it.
people in the operating room. So we are going to fast forward time a little bit. It is a little bit before your first mission, before you're called on by Director Aziz. So I'm gonna ask each of you in turn, like if there's any scenes you want to play out, stuff like that. I think the first training session might be a good one or something.
Yes.
Yeah, so let's fast forward to the first training session.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
I need to pee.
I'm gonna.
We can
grab
take
drink
a
then.
yeah, we can take
I'll
a
be right back.
We
take a
should,
break.
because I drink my whole coffee in an entire, like, double 16-ounce water bottle.
Yeah, I better do grab a drink.
Okay,
Okay.
take a 5-minute break.
Alright, I'm gonna go grab something. I'll be right back.
I should probably pee. I'll also be right back. You are being recorded, so whatever you say and do will be used against you in the court of law.
Okay. Now that if anyone is listening to this, do not cut this out. Leave this in. Everybody like and subscribe to the video. And leave a comment that says that you heard this message. So yeah. Shout out. That's all I have to say.
Okay, I'm back.
Everyone else is gone still.
What the fuck?
Pretty fucking unbelievable.
Honestly.
Hmm.
All right, I'm back.
Back.
All right, I'm back.
Hell yeah.
Just waiting for Dina.
Yeah.
I got cursed. There's no fucking toilet paper in the bathroom.
You got cursed.
I had to go fucking walk upstairs to finish. Terrible.
Ever tell you about the time that I was living in my apartment down the road from where I am now, and I had had to have work done, like redoing my flooring, and the construction people used up my toilet paper.
No!
What the fuck?
That's awesome.
Why would they do that?
Real fucking cool.
That's so mean. They didn't even tell you.
No.
That's evil.
Luckily, I had another roll nearby, otherwise it would have been annoying. But
Yeah, we will have like one fucking spare toilet paper roll in my bathroom, and then I'll go use the bathroom and then be like, fuck, there's no toilet paper, and then I have to go fucking walk to a different. This happens like at least once a month.
okay. We ready to start back up?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Okay.
No?
I'm too scared.
I'm too scared.
Mhm.
You should be.
Should I go
I
get more
should-
water before this starts?
If
You
you're gonna
want?
do it, do it fast.
Okay, what?
Water speed run.
Mhm.
Any percent water speed run.
100% water speed run.
Get all of the water in the world.
Yeah. It's like Badlands Chugs.
Oh
When
my
he drinks the ocean.
I
Yeah.
forgot about that. I forgot about the name Badlands Chugs. You just brought me back like a full 4 years.
You're welcome.
Ladies, I'm back.
Hell yeah.
But not the men.
Yeah.
Oh.
But not the men.
Just the women.
Hell yeah. I'm one of those now.
What they're saying, yeah.
Many are saying this.
I'm one of those now. I'm ready, sorry.
Alrighty.
Sorry, let me close out a Clash of Clans.
I swear to God.
Alright, I'm all set.
Anybody else on Clash of Clans?
Any Clash heads in the chat?
I didn't know you played Clash of Clans. Okay.
I
Everyone
started up
does.
recently because I had to join Stinky Gamers.
Yeah, the clan. Shout out. Everyone join, please.
Shout out Stinky Gamers.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Gaming.
Alright. It is 6 p.m. Your agreed upon time. Who's the first at the training grounds?
For Shore Lake.
Oh.
Oh,
Same
wait,
time.
unless Avril shows up earlier. When does Avril show up?
Exactly on time.
Yeah,
I would-
Lake would show up like 10 minutes beforehand at least.
I would be exactly on time as well.
What about Basalt?
Basalt would try to be on time, but she'd be like 2 minutes late.
What the
At the,
fuck?
at the 1 minute mark, he starts looking at the clock on the wall.
Yeah, I think that Avril and Richard see each other walking to the door.
Gives a curt nod. Except his face is like straight.
And you walk in, and you see Lake sitting there, or probably standing there. Actually.
Lake would actually be practicing with his staff on like one of the fucking. Are there like dummies or something?
Yeah, there's essentially just like dummies.
Is there like a
Yeah.
bench somewhere?
Yeah, there's like it's like a gym style. Like there's like benches to sit at and catch your breath and stuff.
He, like immediately goes and sits on a bench.
And like a little tiny bit, like 1 minute or so after the agreed upon time, he would like collapse his staff and then walk over to the other two Wait 1 minute for Basalt.
Are they sitting in the same place, or are they on opposite sides of their room? Richard.
Richard?
I don't know. Probably same side.
Mhm.
Don't see why not.
Basalt comes into the room.
Alright. Before we get to any actual training, you two, give me the rundown of your abilities. Richard and Avril, pointing towards them.
Well, as you saw in our practice run before, can contort and greater control my flesh and muscle and bones, and try to make good use of these abilities. They all are generally related to that, and it's
Is it only your own flesh and bone that you can contort?
for now.
For now. You're working on it?
I've thought about it, but it doesn't. It's mostly concerned with me and using my own form to
Alright.
achieve this.
And you, Avril?
I am not sure what to tell you other than what you have already been told.
So just you deal with states of matter.
I may change them to my liking.
What limits does this have, if any?
What do you mean limits?
Is there anything that you are incapable of changing the state of? Or are there any states of matter that you cannot
Puts his hand
change?
to his chin and stares up at the ceiling for a moment. Theoretically, no.
Theoretically?
I haven't really tried that much since. He nods.
Are you able to change the state of a living creature? Can you turn
like-
one's flesh into liquid?
I'm thinking, do I want to do this? Can I try it on Lake?
What the fuck?
You're gonna try to change Lake's skin into.
Can I try this one? Can I try that one?
On Lake.
Yes.
Yeah. Describe
Walks
this.
Does it work?
It works.
He walks up and puts his hand on Lake's chest, and then God, what kind of sensation would that be? He puts his hand on Lake's chest and then starts walking forwards, and I would say it feels like your chest caves in a little, but in a very fluid manner. Like, it doesn't really hurt. And he sort of passes through to the other side of your body. And then he flicks his tail and puts his hand back to his chin. It would appear I still can.
Are there any, like, repercussions that I face after having my chest turned into liquid for a moment?
Well, your whole body.
Oh, my whole body?
He walks through the whole thing.
Oh.
body, you can feel it like ripple, and it's a weird feeling because your molecules are farther apart than they should be. Um, so you feel more disconnected, but you reform after Alvarella's walks through you, and you seem unaffected.
It would appear I still can.
Interesting. I like pat myself, just like making sure my body is correct.
I'm very familiar with the body. Don't worry. You are probably as you were.
Probably.
It has been a moment.
Okay. What
So,
stuff
yes.
does the training facility have?
So, the training facility is multifaceted. There are obstacle courses that you can run, try to get the best time on with like swinging pendulums and different levels of like difficulty, stuff like that. There is a shooting range and like an arena style kind of like just like a fighting pit kind of thing. For like that's where the dummy is, that's where the benches are, that's where you are currently. There's also a rock wall, and there's just like there's also like a weight room and just like a regular gym to the side.
Okay. Maybe the obstacle course is the best thing to do. They're like... Aside from the like specific like test cases where you're put up against like a specific god and like what we did last session, is there anything where you're like fighting an active target or anything like that?
Yes, there is a they call it the sim room. It's like a kind of simulation chamber that has different settings of hologrammed gods that they have fought and cataloged, and essentially just like made like programmed into this fighting simulator.
All right. We should head to the sim room.
All right.
I see no point in
walks
further
over there.
discussion. We will get straight into simulating fighting gods.
Name a god that you are fighting.
Pulls out the random word generator.
Yeah, random word generator. Where's the one? Where's the one that is used?
You're fighting the nest god.
Okay.
Got to it first.
I have it bookmarked.
The nest god. Okay. So, to be as clear as I can with all of you, my abilities more or less function around gaining information and foreseeing possibilities, is the way to put it, I suppose. So, my primary function in our missions going forward is likely going to be staying out of harm's way when I can, and essentially commanding you. I am a pact maker, first and foremost. And I have a few different pacts that allow me to perceive things that, of course, your average blind person would not be able to witness. And I am able to peer slightly into the current future. For example, I can warn you how an enemy is going to strike, or how an enemy might dodge out of the way of one of your attacks. But of course, whether or not you can act on that information is up to each of you individually. So, that is my role.
All right.
And judging by our training session, it seems that Richard and Basalt, the two of you... Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. The two of you are damage dealers, seemingly.
Mostly. I mean, we'll see once we really get going, but
Right. And Avril, you seem to have utility in your matter manipulation abilities.
He crosses his arms.
And so we're just going to roll with that. Two of you are heavy hitters. The other two of us are kind of utility. Alright, and we're gonna be fighting the Nest God.
Alrighty.
How do we do this? Do we like roll things, or are we gonna actually do a combat, or what?
We can do a combat.
Okay.
Damn, she came up with the Nest God that fast.
Just have to get a token. Do.
I will run real quick.
Okay.
I'm taking advantage of
Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Here goes. Cool. Do not have a map, but
It's fine, who even cares at all?
prototype token. Cool. Alright. Wait for Athena to get back.
back.
Oh, cool. So you all are. No, I was waiting for you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You're good. You all are brought into this, what looks like just like a white room, essentially. And when you're in, Lake presses a few buttons on a monitor, and the room goes dark, and then rising up from the middle, it looks like Rising up from the middle, it looks like a humanoid figure, but they're like wrapped in clothes, and all around them buzzing are like cicada-looking creatures. And you can see from the little bit of face that they have like bright white eyes, and parts of their face have like holes in them like nests. And yeah, let's roll initiative.
Wow.
Fucking
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
Okay.
I think the moment the nest god comes up, he will turn to Lake and say, "I would like to mention that I am not in the best condition to fight right now." After it has already appeared.
Then we'll
Okay.
see how you act under pressure.
The song will skip when it wants to. Okay. So,
All right.
Lake, you're first.
Fucking. It's like the most inconvenient for me to go first.
You went first last time too, didn't you? No, that
I
was
don't
Richard.
remember.
This is
Thank
a
you.
game where you can hold your turn. Or
Oh,
Yeah, actions.
true. But if I hold my turn, then the nest god goes.
True.
um. I want to use this. Wait, do we heal when we sleep, by the way?
You would have heal. Yes.
Yes. So long rests are a thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am
Your
that
wounds
statement.
won't like heal fully, unless you have medical treatment, and then they will. Essentially, what it means is that
but do
after
we gain stamina back?
yes, you do.
Okay.
As long as you've been treated with a med kit at some point after your injuries or before the day's over, then you're fine. So for like mental things, I think it makes sense that it would come back and
Okay.
Yeah.
I use that, and I'm gonna do that.
you know that it has the ability to spew forth like a lot of like you get visions of this thing like uncovering its mouth, and from its mouth just like hundreds of these small bugs fly out in a cone shape in front of it. You also have the ability to you also see like some of its like summoning abilities of larger like cicada looking creatures that fly around it.
All right, this thing is able to summon bugs. So, Richard and Basalt, you two are hopefully going to have not too much of an issue dispatching those with area of effect attacks and such.
We'll try our best.
And what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna take a step back. That's my turn.
Okay. Um. Now it's the next god's turn. They are going to, I think, like open their hands and from their like billowing cloaks, you see 3 smaller bugs appear just like around them. And these bugs kind of like circle them and are looking to attack people who get too close. Assault.
Okay. She will run forward. We're still just doing 5 spaces.
Yeah.
Or like every okay. Yeah, she'll go there and then. That's all she can really do, so I guess I will end my turn there.
You can dash if you want, but
I'd rather stay back a little bit more and wait for them to come to me.
fair. Avril.
Beep. End turn.
Okay. Richard.
I'm going to shoot Lake in the head.
Lake could
Yeah.
die immediately.
What? Okay. Yeah. I'll just go here as well and dash to get there.
Okay. Like, I will say that your move revealed 2 abilities. It still has, you know that it has others. You just don't know what they are.
Okay. Next up, I'm going to use that again, but I'm doing that.
Okay. You get a vision of the people who first defeated this god when they were first. I didn't loop this track. That's why it's not. That makes sense. Oh, the joys of this game. Yeah, so you get visions of the first people that defeated this god, and you know that within its cloak, you see an image of a tiny golden scarab necklace, like a pendant that it has.
All right. It has a pendant. Go for that.
Is there
That's
a
my turn.
visible pendant on this?
You don't see one on the outside of the cloak, at least.
Where?
Under the cloak.
Okay. Now it is its turn. Bugs are going to move over here. One of them's gonna go for Avril. Okay.
Okay.
And that one's gonna go for Richard. Richard, you take 4 damage, and as this thing like latches onto your arm, this giant like scarab like cicada thing latches onto your arm, and you feel blood trickle down. And Avril, you get like a nasty bite on your neck for 6 damage.
Okay. No, I don't. Maybe. Actually. I'm gonna roll my thing.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you're able
That's
to describe what you see or what they see.
Impressive success. How does it? Does it just go to bite his neck?
Yeah.
Um.
It flies
It-
straight for your like jugular.
I think it just like hits a wall of liquid and like pulls the flesh as it passes through to the other side, and then it reforms
Okay.
unharmed.
It pulls through unharmed and kind of circles back to its position. The Nest God is going to, I think, do this, and then like that. Is going to like pull down its mask and spray this like miasma of bug and pestilence your way. I need Richard and Avril to roll me a d20.
All right.
Okay. Avril, you manage to not get hit by the brunt of it. I think the bigger bug comes in and you use that liquefy ability, and then you turn around and you see this coming. And you're just like, I'm gonna let this stay a little longer. And most of the bugs pass through you. But Richard is not so lucky. He gets hit with 3 stamina as these bugs like tear into him and tear actually through his jacket.
Wow, that was kind of mean.
What do we see in the holes inside your jacket?
So yeah, he has an undershirt on. That's just like a white undershirt. But under that, you can see like his flesh. It doesn't really look like what you would see out on the outside with the suit on. It looks a lot more. It looks more liquidy, although it is solid. It looks like on the inside, it's definitely in the shape of a body, but it's kind of just like formed up here, and looks pretty malleable, and like swirling around, kinda.
Makes a bit of a face.
Yeah. He'll just keep focusing on this guy, not like bothered by it.
Basalt.
Okay, yeah, Assault is going to... We're going after the guy. Yes, she's gonna run here, and you know, she'll do she's just gonna do a regular full attack.
That does not hit.
Alright.
You see, you swing your chain and it kind of like shifts back. You see that part of its body is like, seems to be made out of sand as it like passes through your chain.
Hmm.
Okay. Avro.
He pulls out his sword and he very particular, like slow and then quick finish movement, advances and goes to hit it.
Okay.
To hit it. Yes.
Definitely does hit it. Describe to me what this looks like.
He just like pulls it out and starts rotating it. As he is moving forwards, he probably like pulls it into a spin and then goes across the chest if possible.
Yep.
Of his thing.
Bring this thing across the chest and you see its cloak tear open and you see the little scarab amulet at the bottom. It's still attached to the to a chain around whatever its neck, but you can now see it. There's a hole in the fabric.
Gotcha. End of turn.
Okay. Richard.
Okay. Okay. I will go here and do my second ability.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll it. Okay. You do this and the describe to me what it looks like again.
Yeah, so we'll like take both arms and raise them in the air, and you can see them kind of like pulsating, and like you can see like little not bubbles, but you can see the veins pulsating and blood moving through them, and he's gonna just smash the ground right underneath him.
And waves of gore rise up, but these bugs seem to kind of flitter above the chaos, and you can't seem to quite reach them with your waves.
Epic. Yeah, he's gonna look up at the bugs, and you can kind of see the blood rushing through his arms a little faster now. Not very pleased at the bugs.
Like,
Go there. How big are the bugs?
bugs are like box size, like a 3x3 cube.
Box.
They're big. They're big.
So I could
Like
hit
the
one with a
chest.
staff, yes.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, yeah, then I'm gonna take out my staff and attack this one.
Do it. Okay. I'd describe this.
Staff goes whoosh, and it pops out, and then he just is that a mixed success or is that just a failure?
I'm pretty sure that's a failure.
Okay.
2 to
Yeah,
5
I
is
don't
a
know.
failure.
Yeah, he'll just fucking he'll just whiff it. Like he takes it, he takes it out. He starts like spinning it next to him, and then he like swings it down and just hits the ground next to the bug.
Bug buzzes angrily.
Oops. That's his turn.
Okay. This bug is going to go over here. One of them's gonna go for Richard. Doesn't hit. You see it's kind of disoriented by the wave of gore and like goes to attack one of your body parts, and it isn't actually there, and it just like passes right over you. One of them's gonna try to attack Lake. Also misses you. As you miss this bug, it kind of like flies at you, and you jump out of the way. And one of them's gonna attack Oliver. Okay. This one flies at you, Avril, for your like neck again. And I think you're expecting it, but it you like raise up your arm to try to block it with your sword, and it gets you in the forearm for 4 damage.
Okay.
And then Nescott is going to like shift up over to Basalt and like take out a hand that looks to be like covered in swirling sand, is going to try to grab onto you, Basalt.
No.
And I roll so many ones in this game. It completely like misses you. You duck out of the way, and you're fine. And now it's your turn. As this thing has just missed you.
Okay, she's gonna make her way right here. And then she's going to use her second ability.
Okay. Yeah, it works. Describe it to me.
Okay, she wants to kind of reel back her chain and hopefully target it so it goes like fucking into the bugs. Hopefully it will miss Richard, but like, oops.
Oops.
I don't remember how far back it goes, but she like kind of tries to whip it so it flies back and hits these 2 bugs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's going to have to hit Richard if you want it to hit the bugs, but it will hit at least 2 of the bugs. Richard, make a d20 roll. Keep wanting to say deck save, and that's not a thing. Okay. Richard, you see this coming as this like series of explosions knocks this god away, flying past you, and you like roll out of the way just in time as it hits all of the bugs in the area and sends them flying back. Like here. Let's see if... Yeah.
Alright, that's your turn.
Where is the hole in its cloak?
Like right around its chest where you slashed it.
He moves forwards. How do I go about taking this out? Can I just walk inside of the god? Is it like... Is there like a body under the cloak, or like is it just like a floating curtain, or what?
There seems to be some sort of body, but you see it like kind of move at the joints weirdly, like it seems like a body, but if the body was made out of sand, almost. So it seems like solid in some places, but then sometimes it shifts, and you're like, is it solid? I'm not sure.
Is it solid? Can I just try walking straight into it?
Sure. Make a d20 roll.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Alright.
You're able to withstand your ground as you get like buffeted by sand, and this thing looks annoyed down at you.
Yeah, you just walk straight into it. I'm gonna just grab the pendant if possible. Yeah. Is there a way to rip it out?
Make a d20 roll again, because it's
Okay.
this will be your action.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
reveal to everyone.
You try to reach up for this pendant, and I think as you do, you look down at its eyes, and it looks straight at you, and there's a sense of like everlasting like dread, and you hear like a humming in your mind as you look into this thing's eyes, and you take 2 stamina that you don't negate. Mental stamina.
Okay. Kind of shuts his eyes and turns.
Richard.
Is he holding on to it or no?
Yeah, he seems to be like trying to get away and hold on to it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go here and try to slam again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Describe this to me.
Okay, yeah, he's gonna look up at this guy, and try to get his attention, and just like step over calmly next to these bugs and be like, "Hey," and then yeah, get his attention, and then do it again, but like slam down on the ground like 10 times harder. So slamming down, the wave of blood and muscles and bone and everything like shoots up way higher than anyone else has ever seen it,
And
and
you
way more forcefully.
yeah, and you actually see it deal more damage because of the way you like positioned yourself. It clears out these 2 bugs, and deals
I
a
get
hefty
hit
amount of
too.
damage. You would not.
I'm inside of it. Okay.
How much damage total will it do?
15.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Yeah, because you're on the other side of it. You're not next to Richard as he's doing it, because it's a large thing.
Yeah.
Now, if Richard wanted to step inside and hit all of the bugs
Yeah.
as well,
Then it would have, but
yeah.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, and then I'll just go on like the opposite side of him and Avril.
Cool.
And do that.
Lake.
Hello?
You're muted.
Oops. I'm just gonna try to smack a bug, I think.
Okay. Go for it.
Wow.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Right. Oh wait, I forgot I could. Would I be able to hit that from here? Yeah,
Yeah, you were.
that's 2. All right, then I'll be standing right there.
Okay. Describe this to me as you kill this bug, swat it out of the air.
The staff impacts with it as it's flying in the air, and then it slams it down into the ground, and it like crushes it on the floor.
Yummy.
Yummy. Into
crushes
a little
with a-
bug paste.
Yeah, it crushes with a splat and then it like dissolves into sand.
And he lifts up the staff and like flicks off the gut slash sand that is on it. That's his turn.
The Nest God is going to make 3 more bugs.
Oh no.
And Basalt.
Hey, just going to walk up again. And she's just, I don't think I should move it anymore, so she's just gonna do a regular little, attack.
Okay.
Ooh.
I think that's a mixed success. So you can either hit Avril or you can miss.
I don't know how much
She-
stamina Avril has, so I'll
She
just
hits
miss.
him while she hit both of them.
Yes. You can either hit both of them, meaning you can hit Avril, but you can also hit the Nest God, or you can just like see that you're going to and then purposefully miss.
Yeah, I'll purposefully miss.
Okay.
Okay, that's my turn.
Both Lake and Avril sees this.
Sees what?
Sees this all purposefully miss. So they don't
Okay.
hit you.
Alright.
He's still inside of this thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to rip it out again.
Okay.
Oh my god,
Fuck.
boy.
No, that does not work.
From inside.
You are trying to reach it, but it seems more protective of it now that you've tried to reach it once.
Loosen your fucking chain, dude. From
Richard.
inside again.
Okay. I'm just gonna shoot this guy. Big
Do it.
guy, man. Pull out a shotgun and shoot him in the head. Yeah.
Okay.
What the
LOL.
fuck?
It's fucking wild. Okay. Describe this to me.
Yeah. How tall is this guy?
Like 10 feet.
Okay, yeah. I'll, is it like facing me or no?
No, he's currently like facing the other 3 and looking down at Avril.
Okay, yeah, I'll just take out the shotgun and one-handed put it up to like the back of its neck, point blank, and just pull the trigger.
I think as you pull the trigger, you see its face like splatter into sand, just long enough for the amulet to fall into Avril's grasp.
Wonderful. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just stand there. Actually, I'll walk a little back this way. I'll just take a step back after doing that.
Like,
Lake.
Also, does that do... How much damage does that do?
that does
Is it...
5 damage.
Okay.
With the amulet, what were we supposed to do with it? What did I see in the vision? Do we just destroy it, or?
Yeah, you saw just different visions of people destroying it. There was one person that
Okay.
like sawed it in half. That was how it was originally broken, but
All right. I'm just gonna take a couple steps back and keep swatting at the bugs.
okay.
Say, destroy the amulet. Because it is in Avril's hands now, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what was said, yes, yes. And then I'm just gonna keep swatting at the bugs.
Okay. Yeah,
17.
you're able to destroy that bug.
That's what it says when it dies.
Yeah, it makes a sound effect.
Yeah.
Your
Alright,
turn.
that's it.
The Nest God is going to step back and is going to actually no, it's not going to step back. It's going to kind of swirl upward and release like a swarm of cicadas around it.
Which one of you looks particularly hurt the most?
Lake is barely hurted at all.
Avril looks a little bit tired, but not injured.
Okay.
Both of you take 6 damage as this like
May I
roiling
make
mass of
it?
sure, go for it.
Okay.
I'll also try to help out
Boy!
after that.
Why he suck?
Well, you see
No
Avril
negation.
trying to liquefy, but it's kind of, it looks like it's going to be too slow if you want to do something.
Yeah, sure. I will use my first thing. My first ability, and to do that. So yeah. In reaction to seeing that you're gonna get hit by this,
Mhm.
Richard is just gonna like put his hand forcefully into the ground, and up around you comes this like little shield of muscle and blood and flesh, and it blocks the cicadas from getting to you.
Is this red blood or not red blood?
It is red.
Okay.
I also should point out that Richard is the only host that you've seen that bleeds red.
Mm.
And Basalt, you also take 6 damage. Before negation. As these cicadas kind of like swarm like around you. And
Okay, how much?
then-
Oh wait, how much damage do I take? Any?
No.
Taken on.
None. Okay.
And then this bug's gonna come. This bug's gonna come.
What the fuck?
This bug's gonna come?
Yeah.
Fucking gross.
What the hell?
Okay. You see one of them flies at Basalt and digs into her shoulder for 4 more damage, and the one up near Lake flies actually at your head and like takes a chunk out of your face for 6 damage.
What the fuck?
I've rolled more 20s and more 1s in this battle than I have. Basalt. Are you here?
Yes, I am here.
Cool.
She's just gonna hit it once with her chain again.
Okay.
Oh.
That is a mixed success. Actually, no, that's a full success, actually. So, you deal damage to this thing, and you watch it kind of, like, dissipate and, reconstitute itself. It seems very hurt.
Okay, and then she will also move, like, here.
Cool.
Turn.
Alrighty. Avril.
Okay, he has it in his hand, the heart, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay. He's going to, step away.
Okay.
Measurements, rulers. Yeah, he moves right here. Does this count as destroying it? If it does, it does. I'm gonna just try, like, just getting rid of it. Can I attempt to turn this into a gas?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Describe what happens.
He steps away from the god. Looks like it might have taken a bit more effort than he wanted that to take. And he just kind of holds it in his fist and crunches his hand down on it, and the fingers go through and it dissipates, and then he just waves his hand in the air. And it just is completely gone.
And as you do that, you see the bugs that are attacking Basalt and Lake scatter to the wind, and this thing, this god, like, reaches back up to the, like, imaginary sun as they also turn to sand. And the lights come back on in the training room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we done?
I think that's good for today. How are we feeling about us
Feeling
as a
good.
team?
I think we did pretty well.
Looking towards the other two.
Looking towards Basalt.
What?
How are you feeling about this team?
It's like fine, I guess. I don't know. What do you want from me?
Did you take any issues with anything that happened?
No.
Okay.
All right. And you, Avril?
No complaints to be had if they're not wanted.
If they're not wanted.
No complaints to be had. I suppose.
Okay. If you have complaints, you are welcome to air them.
I'll think about it.
Okay. Then, I think that wraps up training for today.
All right.
Each day will be more of the same in terms of training. Different gods, different simulations. We'll see if we can find any weaknesses that we have and iron them out.
Sounds good to me, Captain.
All right. See you guys again tomorrow then.
Sir, he'll leave the room.
Lake will head out as well.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Walk in faster.
And I think that's what days of training regimen look like. We don't have to play out everyone, but
Yeah.
I think it's just assigning another god and fighting it and training them or doing some like workouts, stuff like that. Is there any other like scenes that anyone wants to play out between one another?
I don't know.
Okay,
I've got nothing.
sounds
All
good.
right.
Then we will skip towards the following like it takes about a week and a half for your assignment to come through. But eventually you were all called to Director Aziz's office. And
Do we get our
she-
stamina back?
Yes.
I would hope so after a week and a half.
I don't know, maybe we got beat the fuck out yesterday.
And I think that Director Aziz hands a file written in Braille to Lake, which I'm going to share with you.
Okay.
Cool. It's in the journal tab. She essentially brings you all in and says, there have been repeated reports of people going missing and strange phenomenon in the basement of the Seabreeze Motel, which is about 10 miles south of the city in Keene, New Hampshire. We couldn't interfere before now, as the residents had only been from New Hampshire, mostly. But now that the most recent residents are victims from Massachusetts, that makes it a federal case and has crossed a barrier from being into being jurisdiction of the IBMM. And on top of that, there have been recent eyewitness reports of a victim that Lake now has, who describes supernatural phenomenon happening in the basement. So your mission is to go investigate, and if you find God-related phenomenon, to put a stop to it. This is not a specific retrieval mission. You do not need to worry about capturing it alive. Your only objective is to put a stop to the phenomenon.
All right.
Is there any information on the phenomena?
Lake has it. But the gist of it is that while in the basement of the Seabreeze Motel, the victim heard a sound like the ground cracking and seeing hands reach up and pull her friends through the floorboards beyond, as if the ground swallowed them whole. And I think that's where we're going to end it for today.
All right.
Epic.
Woo!
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Did you want to do epithet guessing?
I have a guess for Lake.
I have a guess for Lake as well.
May I guess?
Yeah.
Is it Vision?
No,
No.
he failed.
What about Foresight?
Nope. You
That was
failed.
my second guess. Thanks.
Failure.
Foresight is close-ish.
Mm. I fucked up my 100% success rate. Miserable.
And I guess future for Lake?
That is also sort of close-ish, but still
Ah!
no.
Mm.
And then for Avaril, I'm gonna guess like manipulate or malleable, like manipulate, I guess is best.
No.
I don't know what to guess for. I feel like it's got to be more specific than that,
Yeah.
but I don't know what. I don't know what.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah.
And then for Richard, I'm gonna guess tendon.
No. Not tendon.
Is it gore?
Nope.
Fuck.
I wish it was gore.
Failure. Yeah.
What is a word for Richard? I don't know yet. Can I save my guess for later? Before the end of this week?
Is Averil's phase?
No.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't have one for Richard right now.
I'll just guess matter for Avril.
No.
I think it's probably a lot more specific than that, but I don't know what it is.
Matter is the name of one of the characters you met in today's epithet, but
What
Wow.
the fuck?
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't know who.
Yeah.
okay.
Wow.